Hi guys, it's Colette. Welcome back to my channel. This is the first book review of 2019 and it's the first book I did this year and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's called I'll Meet You at the Lost and Found by Sam Glory, and it's a guide to living from the context of your inner self. I'll just read the back for you. I'll Meet You at the Lost and Found is a manual for all who wish to integrate a heightened state of self-awareness into their conscious creation. Don't we all? With transpersonal psychology and ancient spiritual knowledge, this innovative guidebook includes techniques that have helped many people realise the boundless power and wisdom of their inner selves. I'll Meet You at the Lost and Found offers metaphysical insights and exercises to help light workers navigate through their spiritual journey. It says, express the voice of your heart whilst taming the ego mind, become the conscious master of your reality, discover unconditional contentment. Sam Glory offers a fresh new voice in the generation of books about spiritual self-development. A writer, spiritual teacher and intuitive, Sam is passionate about presenting accessible spirituality and bringing it across in a modern and relatable way to help the reader of today. So that's that. Now, I would pick up on what was said about the author there is accessible. It's a very, very enjoyable and conversational read. I don't like books that have me sort of having to really stop at every sentence and think about things too much. For self-help, I want to feel as though I'm actually sitting with the person that's teaching me or passing their knowledge on. I want to hear their voice, and Sam Glory definitely does that. You hear his voice, and he's quite humorous as well, which is nice. It's always nice when we're talking about spirituality not to be po-faced about it and to actually enjoy it, and even sometimes send ourselves up. Now, the book can be read from start to finish, but it's got smallish chapters, so I aim to go back through them almost like with, I love my bibliomancy, so I tend to take a book at any time and see what it says. The thing I just opened it at for myself is the bigger your identification with your ego is, the smaller will your awareness of your inner self be. I'll need to think on that one then, won't I? I'm a great believer in that we need some ego. And use it in a good way, because if we didn't have a bit of ego, we wouldn't necessarily be able to go on and do the things that we do even on YouTube or whatever. But the way that the author tackles the ego and everything is fantastic. Now, the chapters are 2 to 3 pages long, sometimes 4, but what you get is a quote at the start. This one, Edgar Allan Poe, all that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream. Most of them are known quotes, but they're nice to start each chapter with. Then the chapters have good funny headings and stuff as well. It almost puts them into kind of songs and stuff. It's Mr. Ego, bring me a dream, bung, 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 observe the ego. And then we've got unexpected item in the baggage area, remove this item before continuing. That's on diseases. So there's a wee quirkiness to the book, which I absolutely love. And I hope that comes over in my own books too. It's just really, really good, because we've got, as I say, the quote, the start of it. Then we've got what the author wants to put forward about our inner selves, higher selves, how to deal with ego, all these sorts of things. So it's spiritual, but it's the psychological spiritual as well, which I really enjoy. Now, at the end of each, there's a tip that you can do. It's like a little lesson. That was good. But we get the story of Max, and Max is a friend who went from the usual, you know, the house, the 2.4 kids, the car, the job, whatever, and bit by bit didn't realise that that wasn't who he was. And it follows him through in each chapter as well. So we get this kind of very good self-help manual, but with something that personalises it, that we can watch someone's life, and whether that life really is a bit like your life or who you've been, or it's your sister's life or whatever, you will recognise this life. It's a kind of it's a typical life before maybe we awaken, and then there's the awakening through it. So I'm probably making this more confusing than it is, because it's a brilliant wee book. We have a quirkiness, we have a kind of a teaching about spirituality and psychology. We have a tip to help us go and do it or understand it, and then we have a little examination of what it needs in Max's life, all done with an energy of being with your pal, talking, you know, when you get into the conversations and they're so deep, but the consciousness is just flowing. That's what the author manages with this. And, you know, it's quite a small book, and that's fine. It's the standard size for the self-help manuals for the moment. But it's definitely not a one-read book. I've read it all. I've gone back to a few chapters already, and I definitely will be keeping it and sort of going in and out. It'll be beside one of Barbara Berger's books, the one for the soul. I love books that we can just take a lesson for the day, and if you've got two books that you like and the lesson in both of them almost matches up, it's a bit like, oh right, okay. So I would really recommend this one. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I learned a lot from it, and there was an awful lot I knew already, but had maybe been glossed over or hidden a bit in my psyche, and it was brought out and acknowledged and worked with because the author knows his stuff, but also has a way of communicating that is really, really good. Now I think it's all books. Yeah, it's all books. And it should be out kind of everywhere now, I believe. I'll Meet You at the Lost and Found by Sam Glory. Thank you very much, Sam. I thoroughly enjoyed your wee book, and it's definitely a keeper for me, and I'll definitely be encouraging people that visit the house to dip in and out of it as well. So many blessings now. I hope you enjoyed my little book review. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you would like to be part of my channel. Many blessings now. Bye.